and welcome to another Wobbly Camera Guy video. We have a grey plastic bag, which means only one thing. I've been shopping on AliExpress for some more, and you thought I was going to say cheap Chinese radios, but no, I've been shopping for a cheap Chinese Bluetooth speaker. So in this rather battered box, we have an A11 Bluetooth speaker with USB, TFT card, and also an FM radio, so it has got a radio aspect to it. This is how it came, or arrived I should say, from China, just protected by its little plastic bag, but it survived. So let's open it up and see what we've got. So we've got the unit itself, a little compact one, and we've also got a little charging lead to go with it as well. Just a brief overview of the size of this. This is 62mm in diameter by 73mm high. Just give it the old mugshot test there. Just gives you an idea of its size. So you're asking yourself, how much did you pay for this? Well, would you believe I just paid the princely sum of £3.12 plus VAT. So around about sort of $5. And that includes shipping as well. It took about 3 to 4 weeks to come from China. I was just curious to actually see what you actually got for such little sort of money. So first of all, let's take you through the controls. I think that's the first thing to do. So on the front here, hopefully you can see, because they're actually molded into the buttons here, you've got M for mode, so that's either in Bluetooth mode or in FM mode. You've got reverse, you've got play, pause, and there's a little telephone symbol, and I'll come back to that in a moment. We've got a forward symbol, fast forward. You've got the USB slot there. We've got TFT card connection, the on-off switch, and then we've also got the port for the power supply lead. Just going back to the telephone part, I believe what you can do with this, once you've sort of synced it up with your telephone, if you get an incoming call, you can actually answer it and hopefully speak back to the person who's making that call. I'm not going to demonstrate for the simple reason I've got a similar sort of product in the shape of a radio, add a similar sort of feature. But would you believe it also made calls, and because it's had no display like this hasn't got any display at all, you have no idea who you're calling. And I think it might be sort of voice activated, I have no idea. But I ended up calling my niece, and she rang me back a bit later on saying, oh, you called? And I thought, no I didn't. I thought, hang on a minute, the radio called us. So play with this if you want to. I'm just going to leave it as it is. So what we're going to do now, we're going to pair it up and see what we can do with it. So little switch on the side, and we're just going to switch that over.
Bluetooth mode.
We're now in Bluetooth mode, so I've got my old phone here. I'm just going to sync it up and see if we can play a song. There you go. I'm not going to play that very long, so don't YouTube getting after me with copyright issues there. As you can see, it's got a flashing light on it, and first of all, I'm hoping you can see, because the lights are probably washing out a little bit there. I thought that was a sound to light, so in other words, the lights are changed in detection of the sound levels, etc. It's not. It actually just it's an LED or light emitting diode that just goes through a sequence of what appears to be random flashes, but in fact they're just sequenced, and it just cycles through these every 20 or 30 seconds. I'm not complaining, it's a 3-pin MP3 speaker, but I just thought I'd mention that because it made me smile a little bit. So what I need to do now is demonstrate the TFT card part of it. So I've got a very small TFT card there, and be careful of this slot. I tried this before just to experiment with the thing itself, and because this is recessed back from the actual moulding of the plastic, you can inadvertently slide that through and end up with your TFT card in the actual speaker. And if you listen, that's exactly what it did. So this numpty here has now got to take this apart after doing this demo to rescue his TFT card. So let's pop this in anyway.
TFT card mode.
And there we go. And you can just use those controls there just to skip to your tracks, or as I did there, just to pause it. So I'm just going to eject that.
Bluetooth mode.
There we go. So the interesting part on this, I thought, was the radio. So to put into radio mode, you have to press the mode button again.
FM mode.
I just want to scan for it. And it's scanning now. You just momentarily press that center button there. But as you can tell, we're not actually picking up any signals. It's just static, and you think, oh, it's broke. I'll just let it cycle through. Nearly done.
AUX mode.
I'm just putting a different mode there. As you can see, it can hardly pick anything up. You may notice something just trying to break through on that last sort of station it detected. But I thought, there's no sign of any FM error or anything on this at all. So what I did, I took a USB lead, put it in its slot, and this is just a lead just off my iPhone. I thought, okay, let's try again, see if that makes any difference.
Bluetooth mode. FM mode.
You can put on the shelf isn't going to make the difference.
Isn't that mad? It uses that USB lead as an aerial.
The outcry that there was
It's not the best reception, I have to say that. Just take it out that mode there, so down all the way through. I think that's just absolutely crazy. So if you want to use this to listen to the radio with, you've actually got to plug in a USB cable in order for it to detect signals. It doesn't come with any instructions, so I found this out purely just by experiment. So I don't think there's going to be an awful lot of people who buy this who end up sending it back, if they want to send it back all the way to China, or complaining to the manufacturers. Simple thing, they think that the radio doesn't work. It does, you just grab a lead plugged into it. Bit strange, but hey, I'm glad I played around with it. Just to show you one more thing, let's just sort of pop it off and just see if we can put the recharging lead in. I'll just put my little power bank here and just pop it into that. I always get these backwards. I'll just switch that off. There we go. Hopefully, oh, let's put it on. There we are. There it is. Oh, I'm getting trigger happy. Hopefully you can just see there. Oh, not the best connection in the world. There you go. There's a little red light there that just tells you when it's charging. As you can tell, this is not the best quality in the world. There you go, if you just hold that on. So you pay your money and takes your choice. And I would say is if you're just looking for a cheap MP3 speaker that you can either play off your TFT card or off your phone, and you're not bothered about the radio, etc., then this is fine. You just go around the house just as you're doing your, your chores and whatever, in the garden and whatnot, and then that's it's adequate. If you want something that's got a decent sound quality to it and you've got a few more features and want to be honest, it's slightly better quality, I'd pay a few more pounds and go and do that. But if you've got something that just want to just knock around the house and you don't care if it falls on the floor and whatnot, then this is not a bad sort of option, to be honest. So there you go, it's the A11 Bluetooth speaker with USB TFT card capability and also an FM radio on, if you can be sort of fortunate enough to actually sort of find out you've got to plug that lead in as well. So is it worth it? For £3, I'm not going to argue. Yeah, I'll use it around the house, I think it is, but as I say, it's up to yourself. If you're really on a budget, then fair enough. If you've got a few couple of extra pounds or extra, then I'd go and get a better sort of model. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this preview is useful to yourselves. If it does, then pop across my channel. And what you'll find on there's plenty of videos on some cheap multi-band radios from China. They also got some built-in MP3 player facility as well. Some of those are really excellent. I do sort of recommend you have a look at those. I've also got some reviews of some old 60s classic transistor radios, as well as some videos on video editing utilising Film Express, and there's lots more there as well. I'm into all sorts of things. So as always, appreciate you watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.